Hi YouTube. Today I want to talk about productivity methods, and my favorite one that I've been using now for over 10 years. When I discovered this method, it was really like something clicked in me and I felt, wow, this is what I've been looking for. Before that, I spent many years trying all kinds of to-do lists and productivity systems and software and apps and stuff. But all of them felt messy, hard to organize. I felt swamped with tasks and long lists, and I felt stressed because of that. And I didn't feel like I had control or simplicity. And as a consequence of that, I became less productive. Then one day I discovered this method that I'm gonna explain in this video, and I've never looked back. I've been using it every day for the last 10 or 11 years or so. And the story behind this method is also quite interesting, so just give me a minute to explain the background here. Over 100 years ago, in 1918, there was a huge corporation called Bethlehem Steel, which was one of the largest corporations in the United States. And they had a bit of a productivity problem, so they took in a very famous, well-known productivity consultant named Ivy Lee. And they asked him, can you help us become more productive, more organized? And he said, sure, just give me 15 minutes with each of your executives and I will sort this out for you. And then Mr. Schwab, the CEO of Bethlehem Steel, asks, okay, but what is the price? And Ivy Lee said that it's free. Unless you feel like it really made a difference, then you will pay me whatever you feel it was worth after 3 months of trying this out. And Schwab said, that's amazing, let's do it. And in the end, this method that I'm gonna explain in just a few seconds proved so effective and so good for Bethlehem Steel that they decided to pay Ivy Lee $25,000. But this was in 1918, so today that is more than $600,000. And now I'm gonna tell you this productivity method for free. Step 1 is to, by the end of each workday, you think about the most important tasks that you want to accomplish tomorrow. And you write down the 6 most important tasks for tomorrow. And you're not allowed to write down more than 6 tasks, limited to 6, and this is a key component of this method. And then when you have picked 6 tasks, or less, sometimes I pick 4 or 5, depending on what I want to accomplish the next day, then you need to prioritize these. So step 2 is to prioritize these tasks. And I think the best way to prioritize among these 6 tasks is to ask yourself, if I were to only accomplish one of these tasks tomorrow, which one would I pick? And the one you're thinking of, that will be your number 1 priority. And then just look at the 5 that are left and ask yourself the same question. If I can finish only one of these 5 tomorrow, which one would I pick? And then continue like that until you have prioritized your list. Step 3. When you arrive at your work the next day, just start with task number 1 and work on that one and only that one until it is finished. Then you just move to priority number 2 and so on until you have hopefully finished all 6 of the tasks by the end of the day. And step 4. If you have any tasks that you did not have time to finish, which is very, very common. Most days I do not finish all 6 tasks. It is quite unusual actually that I finish all 6 of them. Then you just take the ones that are left and incorporate them into your next list for the next day. So by the end of each day, you will probably be left with 2 or 3 tasks that you did not have time to finish, and then just make a new list for the next day and include these tasks if they are still important. Just do this every day and try this for a week or 2 and see how it feels. For me, it feels really amazing and I've never looked back. I've been using this method now for over 10 years and for me, it is perfect. And I think the key to why I like it so much is the simplicity. You only have at most 6 tasks per day, and that makes it possible to feel like you have control, to feel like you have an overview of what you're going to do that day. And you might ask yourself, well, if I finish all 6 of the tasks before lunch, then this system is not very good, then I have not planned the whole day. Well, the thing that you will notice is that when you pick 6 tasks that are truly the most important for the next day, then you will pick tasks that usually take 1 or 2 or 3 hours each. And as a consequence, you will almost never finish all 6. And that is the simplicity and the brilliance of this method. You will have a feeling of control, but you still will have work for the whole day. You might also ask yourself, where do I put the rest of all tasks? Maybe you have like long to-do lists from your current to-do system and you're not sure what to do with them. Well, in the beginning, when I started using the Ivy Lee method, I had just a long backlog, a long list of the tasks that I would pick from for the next day. And I still have a long list like that, but I almost never look at it, to be honest. What I usually do is when I come up with ideas for things to do the next day, I just write them down in a temporary list that I just have for the day. And then by the end of the working day, as the Ivy Lee method prescribes, I form my list for the next day. And then if any of the ideas I had during the day is good for the next day, I will include them. Otherwise, I will just forget about them. The thing is that truly important things you tend to not forget. You tend to have them in the back of your mind. So yeah, you can keep a long backlog with things to pick from for your 6 bullet list for the next day. But I have found that for me personally, I don't really need it that much. Hope this was helpful. And what is your favorite to-do list system? Do you have a better one? Please comment below. And see you very soon again in another video.